Ignore the giant mess right behind me. I've got some organizing that I need to do. I did a Q&A video a while back and I was looking through my screenshots, realized that I had some questions I haven't answered yet. So I thought that today I would give a quick answer to a couple of them that I thought were kind of interesting and fun. Emily Neal asked me, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? When it comes to planner people and lettering people, I actually don't watch a lot of those on YouTube. And why? Well, I've made kind of clear in the past when I've talked that a lot of them, they just don't reflect me. I'm not really, I don't know, they just don't appeal to me that much. And maybe it's my personality. Like, that's why I started making videos, because I didn't see a lot of me reflected, and so I didn't watch a lot of them. I will always drop anything whenever Jen Plans uploads a video. I'll usually watch her stuff. And Amanda Lama is probably the one planner person on YouTube who I feel kind of the most connected to. And that makes sense. We both kind of do Planners Gone Wild style videos. Sam from Happily a Housewife, she doesn't just do planner stuff, but I've recently found myself like super kind of obsessed with her videos. I don't know why. Like, it's totally not the style of video I usually watch, generally speaking, but for some reason, kind of hooked. Side note, that I will have all of these channels linked down below. My favorite art videos to watch come usually from Draw with Jazza. He's this Australian dude who does a lot of animation. And I don't know if it's the way he explains like how to use software or if it's just his accent, but there's something that I find myself super drawn to his videos. And then another artist is Mary Doodle. She does time-lapse watercolors, and they basically are the most just zen things to possibly watch. Aside from art and planner videos, what am I obsessed with? What do I spend the most time with on YouTube? Not gonna lie, Jenna Marbles. Does that at all surprise anyone? I love watching Casey Neistat. I love watching Philip DeFranco. And I watch, no joke, PewDiePie. Not all of his videos. I'm not really down with the gaming ones, not really my thing, but when he's like hooting and hollering at things, like I can't help myself. Something about that guy, just like it. And then for beauty videos, because I found myself really falling down the rabbit hole for beauty videos, 11th Gorgeous. And I don't know if it's because they're sisters and there's a part of me that knows that when I'm with my sisters, I am just that hyper as well, or what, I don't know. I just like them, and I enjoy Kathleen Lights, but that's, oh, and Cassie from Thrift Thick. She wears glasses, and it's nice to see someone do makeup who wears glasses so that I can see how the glasses situation right here happens. Yeah, that's who I watch. The other question that I have comes from Laura Woodhall. She asks, what were your hobbies, loves, or obsessions as a kid? Well, my friends, drawing was one. But reading was the biggest one. I was, to this day, and still am, a voracious reader. And I'm not only a reader, I am a rereader. So I will read books. I'm in the middle of rereading the Wheel of Time series purely because I recommended it to my daughter and then was like, well, now I have to read it again. It's a 13-book series. And that's just how I've been rolling. Stephen King's my favorite author, though. Started reading him when I was like 8 or 9. Pet Sematary was my first book of his. Yeah, that was a good choice. But that leads me into my other hobby and or obsession when I was a kid, as you can see from my pal Michael over here and the other posters I have, horror movies. And not just any horror movies, but specifically slasher movies. I was a demented kid, and probably am still kind of demented. But I loved watching like the Michael Myers movies, the Halloween movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. I loved watching like as I got older and started looking into like the older versions of horror movies, not the 50s, like creature features or Hammer. I'm talking like in the 70s where things were kind of exploitation, like The Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all that shit, you know. I love watching those movies. Child's Play. Horror movies. We would spend our allowance on horror movies. That's how hardcore I was into it. Movies and books were big for me when I was a kid, especially because a lot of the time I was kind of antisocial, and so books and movies and art all gave me something that I could do while I was on my own, where you could still get really into them, you know, with other people. Like, you can make art with other people at the same time. You can watch movies together, talk about books. Most of the time I didn't. And then as I got into high school, that was when Buffy the Vampire Slayer came out, the TV show. And that was my other obsession, even though I was a high school student. Those were some things that I was like obsessed with when I was a kid, and they've held to this day. Still a voracious reader. Still love horror movies. Well, except for the torture porn movies. Those really aren't my thing. I hope that those answered some of your questions, gave you a little insight to my character. Now you know I do, in fact, love scary movies and Jenna Marbles. If that's surprising to anybody, which I don't think it is. So if you can, in the comments, tell me about the things you loved when you were a kid, or tell me some of your favorite YouTubers. If it's a planner person, recommend them to me, because I might go and watch them anyway. Maybe you'll break my streak of being kind of like the planner things. I don't know why. I love planner Instagrams. Some reason planner YouTube videos, I can't do it most of the time. I don't know why. Recommend me your favorite YouTubers or your favorite kids shit. If you loved horror movies, let me know your favorite one. Tell me all about it in the comments. I'd love to see it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you next time.